Welcome to Aisha Automated Manual Transmission AMT training. Automated Manual Transmission AMT optimizes clutch and gear actuation, reduces the wear of mechanical components and lowers maintenance cost. It automates clutch and gear actuation, helps the driver to focus on road and traffic conditions, and therefore increases vehicle and road safety. AMT Basic Working Principle and its components. Covering nearly all applications of trucks and buses, AMT system consists of 5 main components. 1. Cabin Mounted Shift Lever Unit SLU, including the system's electronic control unit. 2. XY actuator mounted on the gearbox to select and shift appropriate gear. 3. Pneumatic clutch actuator to engage or disengage clutch automatically. 4. Input speed sensor mounted on the gearbox to calculate input shaft speed. 5. Output speed sensor mounted on the gearbox to calculate vehicle speed. AMT SLU Shift Lever Unit function. AMT SLU consists of 4 main buttons. 1. Neutral button. Bring the vehicle to neutral. 2. Function button for launching the vehicle first time. 3. Plus. The lever can be tapped in forward direction to select forward gears. 4. Minus. The lever can be tapped in backward direction to select down gears. The AMT vehicle can be operated in different modes: automatic or manual mode, A, M, eco or power, EP, crawler mode, C. In economy mode, the shift lever unit calculates the optimal gear with respect to fuel consumption and sends electrical signals accordingly. In power mode, the shift lever unit emphasizes on sufficient engine torque to maintain swiftness even in case of unexpected load changes and sends electrical signals accordingly. AM and EP modes will change based on the button press. That is, default will be auto mode. If AM button is pressed once, the mode will change to M. If pressed again, the mode will change to A. The same applies for EP mode. In crawler mode, the shift lever unit assists vehicle launching in extreme conditions like soft and muddy roads or on a gradient. It requests higher engine speed compared to normal launching. In crawler mode, only first gear and reverse gear are valid. Crawler mode can be disabled either by pressing the C button again or automatically disabled if vehicle speed is greater than 8 km per hour. AMT display mode in instrument cluster. Engaged gear. Status of the AMT operation modes. AMT warning lamps. Red. Vehicle has to be stopped immediately, and AMT failure has to be repaired before vehicle will be operated again. Yellow. Vehicle operators in a reduced functional mode. AMT failures should be repaired as soon as possible. AMT vehicle movement. Once you have completed inspection of the vehicle, get into the vehicle. Open the door and hold on the rear handle behind the door opening with your left hand. Then hold either the lower or upper handle with your right hand. Place your right foot on the first step. Bring your left foot to the second step, followed by the right foot to the same step. If you grasp the lower handle with your right hand and then move your right hand to the upper handle, Step into the cabin floor, position yourself in the driver's seat and release your right hand from the front upper handle. To get out of the driver's seat, use the reverse process of getting in. This is called three-point contact method. Means at any time, that is, two hands, one leg, or one hand, two legs should always be in contact with the vehicle. It's important for drivers to wear their seat belt to comply with law and to ensure safety. To start the engine, ensure handbrake must be in on position. Switch on ignition switch and wait for telltale lamps check. Ensure minimum pneumatic pressure must be 6.5 bar. Watch for any warning light glow on the dashboard and ensure N must be displayed on the instrument board. By default, the vehicle should be auto mode and eco mode. Start the vehicle. When the vehicle is started and gearbox in neutral. Forward start gear is requested by pressing the function button F of shift lever unit and simultaneously moving the shift lever forward. Second gear is the highest available gear as starting gear. A shift request to a gear higher than the second gear as starting gear will be rejected. In auto mode, the default start gear is selected based on the calculated load. A shift to neutral is requested by pressing the neutral button, while function button on remaining released and shift lever in middle position. When the vehicle is started and gearbox in neutral. Reverse gear is requested by pressing the function button of shift lever unit and simultaneously moving the shift lever backward. Stopping the vehicle. When the vehicle speed decreases towards zero and gear engaged, the clutch will open automatically by SLU to prevent engine stall. When the vehicle is stopped while in automatic mode or a gear engaged, the SLU initiates a shift to the appropriate starting gear automatically. This automatic shift to neutral while vehicle is stopped is initiated in both manual and automatic modes. Automatic transmission kick down to a lower gear to make use of the greater power delivered at the engine's higher RPM. This typically occurs when the driver attempts to accelerate from a constant speed as if to pass. Kick down feature. In automatic mode, while driving at a constant speed, if the accelerator pedal is quickly pressed, the AMT downshifts the gear if required. It ensures optimum acceleration to complete overtaking in minimal time. Hill Start Aid HSA function. To support the drive-off of a vehicle, for instance on a grade, by holding the vehicle until the engine developed enough torque to propel the vehicle after a certain time. HSA switch. It is placed at the left side of the steering column below the instrument meter. If we are on gradient, before launching the AMT, press the HSA switch and release the handbrake. Learning process. Vehicle learning process is a process in which AMT adjusts itself with different parameters of the vehicle for accurate and precise operations. Need. After any repair, components change, service wear and tear, or initial fitments reasons any parameter being used by AMT may change, necessitating need of learning. Learning procedure. Step 1. Ensure the parking brake is on. Step 2. Switch off ignition and wait for 30 seconds. Step 3. Press both neutral button and functional button. and then switch on ignition. Ensure both buttons should be pressed up to the completion of learning process. Step 4. Now clutch learning will happen. Step 5. After clutch learning, the N, flashing N, will be displayed in the display. Step 6. Crank the engine within 10 seconds and then the gear learning will start. Ensure both buttons pressed up until completion. Step 7. After the gear learning, the N will be continuously present in the display, which indicates that the learning is successfully completed. Step 8. Switch off the ignition and wait for 30 seconds. Step 9. Switch on ignition. N should be displayed on dashboard. Note: if learning is stopped, then check the error codes and rectify error, then repeat the learning process. Driver tips. To operate AMT, pneumatic pressure should be between 6.5 to 8 bar. Operate the joystick gently in forward direction only. AMT will automatically shift to neutral after 120 seconds in idling. To avoid this in traffic, slightly press accelerator pedal once. If we are going at a higher gear, suddenly we apply brake, wheel speed 0, then the gear automatically comes to first gear. Always drive in auto mode for better mileage and less driver effort. In case of any malfunction or error in the system, switch off the ignition and wait for a minute before starting again. Get your vehicle inspected at the nearest authorized Eicher service center. Always use parking brake to park the vehicle. Ensure the selected modes displayed in the dashboard. Do's. While ignition is switched on, ensure the N is displayed in the dashboard. If N is not displayed on the dashboard, check for error codes and report to authorized Eicher service center. Remove SLU connector while carrying out welding work in the vehicle. Protect AMT cables and components properly. Disconnect the SLU power supply during welding work in the vehicle. Take necessary care to avoid damage to the AMT components during welding or repair works. As a thumb rule, all electrical and electronic components should not contact with water. Keep the record of stored errors for reference. Don'ts. Don't start any operation till completion of self-check. Don't start launching if N is not displaying. It indicates some snag. Don't initiate any learning sequence without information to authorized service center. Don't switch off the vehicle in gear. Don't switch off battery cut off immediately after ignition key off. Wait 30 to 45 seconds shutdown time for system. Don't allow water or liquid with electrical or electronic components and systems. Don't carry out rework of AMT cables, especially sensor cables, sensor extension cables, and solenoid valve cables. Don't carry out welding work in vehicle without putting off battery cut-off switch. Don't pull the cables while removing ECU connectors. Automated manual transmission AMT benefits. Relieves driver from clutch and shifting operations. Optimal gear shifts reduce maintenance cost, clutch wear and downtime. Minimizes the performance gap between experienced and non-experienced drivers. Helps the driver to give full attention to the road. Enables comfortable, smooth and safe driving. Thank you for watching.